No, it likes me.
Alrighty, looks like they're live on YouTube. Looks like we're live on the radio, so let's go ahead and get this show on the road. It is Tech Tuesday. You are watching and listening to the Help Desk. I am your host. I am Gilbert, the Angry IT Nerd. I am here with the best co-host in all of the internets, George, aka Techno George. George, man, how in the heck are you, man?
Absolutely wonderful. If I was doing, if I felt any better, they'd be measuring me for coffee. No, that's my father's line. My father always used to say that. One special note today. Today is April 1st, and
that is correct.
No, it is not an April Fool's joke. So happy birthday, sir! This is your birthday. I'm sorry, I didn't send you anything. I did kind of send you the Black Beauty, but that was before. That was kind of so.
Well, see, and that's my birthday gift.
I didn't send you the the birthday gift I wanted to send you, which was like the Mach 5, the actual one you can drive. But I don't know. We'll see about that. If Mach Citizen does good, then we'll definitely send you the Mach 5.
Hey, that sounds great.
I could actually drive it there. drive it there and maybe not get pulled over so much.
You know, the funny thing is that I saw a video of a cardboard Corvette that just
the cardboard Lambo, right? The
Lambo, yeah. Still,
and it still looks better than the Cybertruck.
Yeah,
and it'll still probably hold together better than the Cybertruck.
It looks better than the Cybertruck, and definitely will hold up better than the Cybertruck.
I didn't understand why the kid just didn't brush any resin on it. Because if you brush resin on it, you can actually seal it, with resin, and then you can just paint it, instead of it looking like cardboard, which is kind of like that sandstone finish, So I don't know.
Well,
no imagination.
Well, it didn't have resin there. Didn't have resin readily available. So I don't know what to tell you on that one, man. Maybe he'll get some resin and he'll finish it up and put a nice coat on it.
Because the first time it rains,
the first time it rains, it's gone.
It's gonna be like paper mache.
So put the resin on it, sturdy it up.
Wet soft mess. Yeah. Okay. I'm not sure.
It's still the plastic lawn chair. The plastic lawn chair. Still's what it got me, man. The plastic lawn chair. How do you have a lawn chair? Like, how do you have a lawn chair as a
the brake
as a passenger seat?
The brake was kind of like the Flintstones. It had that.
It
did. Both your feet on it, and it's just a piece of plywood that goes down and scrapes on the ground, and that's how you stop it. Like,
man.
You couldn't have put an actual bicycle chain where you pedal it.
Oh, man.
I mean, like, if you were going to go to all that trouble,
right,
to build the actual body of the car and put it onto a wooden frame, wouldn't you have something that's electric, like an electric thing where you could put batteries in it and you could, make it electric? It would be really cool. Like, I guess.
Well, I mean, kind of. I guess if you look at it like this, man, you gotta work with what you got. So,
yeah.
Like, he had the cardboard. He had technically 4 tires. But he made them bitches work though. He made all those bitches work. He made them work. Now all he needed is just to make it electric, and it's better than a Cybertruck.
That's true. That's true. At least the body one.
But I mean, even right now, it's sturdier than a Cybertruck. Without it being resin, without any resin up or anything, it's still better. It's still sturdier than a Cybertruck.
Well, the pieces won't come apart because they were hot glued together.
That's true. Yeah, because it's crazy glue. That's a different story.
Seems to work better with the hot glue than stainless steel body panels hot glued onto it. It was funny when it said it, but it was not. I forget what the term was. It was it wasn't weatherproof, but I forget what they said. It was like it got brittle in like very hot weather or very cold weather, and I was like,
okay,
well, that doesn't make any sense. I was like, wouldn't you weld those together? And I said to myself, well, the welds would be, if you weld stainless steel together, which is very difficult to do. And if you're, if a robot was doing it, I could see like where the welds would actually be accurate. They would be accurate.
Yeah.
They would be light.
Yeah.
But I'm saying to myself,
yeah,
they glued the bumper on. I was like, okay.
And here's the thing. The only thing I could possibly understand gluing onto a car would be like an ornament, sort of like a hood ornament or something like that.
Or like,
or
was it like an emblem.
Right, like, something like that.
Emblem, I could see gluing that on.
Yeah, I could see gluing that on
the body panels together.
Yeah, but not gluing the body panels. It's like, come on.
And it's amazing to me that the car's glued together, and it costs over $100,000. I was like,
yeah, that's crazy.
I mean.
Magpie in the comments said, someone should make a trend where they put poop emoji stickers all over the swastika cars. I 100% agree. Yes. Anybody that's out there that's listening, make that happen as a birthday wish to me. I would appreciate that. Put a whole bunch of poop emoji stickers on swastika cars whenever you see them. That'd be the greatest birthday present for me. I appreciate that. That would be a great birthday present. Make that happen for me for my birthday, people. I would love it. Please. But yeah, dude, and Cybertrucks, they wouldn't be bad if they were, had a completely different design and, weren't designed by Elon and manufactured by another car company and like look completely different on the inside and the outside.
Well, if you look at the design of the Rivian, that's an all electric truck. The thing I like about it is that when you're charging it, the front bumper actually has like these sectional lights, and they go from like 0 to 50 to 100, and then it's kind of like it's like a graduated light display to show you the charge of the car. And it's really cool because once it's like it stops, or once it's already like fully charged, the light display goes back to white again. which is really cool. It goes like from like red. I think it goes from like red to yellow to green, and then it
Okay.
stops, and then it changes because there's RGB lights in there. There's like there's red, green, blue LEDs inside the car, but it's the front headlight assembly, and which I really thought was really cool. So as you're charging it, you can see, like a graphical representation,
Yeah.
of the battery life of the car, basically.
Okay.
Mercedes
Yeah.
came out with a. I remember Mercedes came out with their concept car. It was all electric, and what it did was, when you stopped for a pedestrian, it was supposed to project um a graduated pathway in front of the car, so somebody can actually walk in front of the pathway. The computer would stop the car. That was like the concept of it, and it would project a pathway that at night, so somebody can actually like safely walk in front of the car, and then once the person was safely on the other side of the sidewalk, the projector shuts off and then the car goes forward, which I thought was really cool. I thought it was an interesting concept.
Huh.
I mean, but
That is pretty
apparently
cool.
we know that the Cybertrucks and the Teslas just don't stop. They just barrel through.
Keep on going.
Keep on going.
And so I saw something last week, 2 weeks ago, about roughly between 2 weeks ago, that there was this car company, and I'm trying to find the name of it because I cannot remember it, but they developed an electric car, but this one basically once it's cranked up, operational, and is going, it recharges itself instead of just draining the battery out, and then you have to stop someplace and charge it up and then drain, and then so while it's operating, like actually driving, it recharges itself while it's driving.
Okay. Those would be because the battery technology that are in Teslas, I believe, are lithium polymer batteries.
Yeah.
The newer batteries are lithium phosphate batteries. They do not have a breakdown. Well, they can hold a charge a little bit longer, or like a lot longer, under certain conditions. The newest type of batteries that NASA created are called solid state batteries. Solid state batteries use a salt, I think, some sort of like a saline solution to hold the charge, but the charge can be held for a lot longer. And solid state batteries are actually being used in a lot of NASA projects where because they used to have nuclear batteries where the half-life was like 75 years, and you can only put those in outer space. You couldn't actually have nuclear batteries on Earth, because if you have a nuclear battery on Earth in your car, not a lot of repeat sales there. A lot of people die like from radiation poisoning.
Right.
That's basically where they would put that in outer space. So an unmanned spacecraft with a nuclear battery that lasts with a half-life of 75, 80, even 100 years is fine.
Yeah.
But the solid state battery is actually has no breakdown of its internal components. Uses some sort of a salt, or like a salt phosphate catalyst to create energy. But I was looking at because they were touting the hydrogen, like the hydrogen vehicles. And one of the things I saw for electric vehicles, where it's a hydrogen electric generator pod, and it looks like a water bottle. Actually, it looks like a big water bottle,
Okay.
and it has liquid hydrogen in it. I don't know if it was liquid. Yeah, it's liquid, and then it had some sort of an oxygenator to basically break the liquid into gas, and then the
Mm-hmm.
gas created electric, current, kind of like a large capacitor. And what you would do is you
Mm-hmm.
take these pods and plug them into your electric car instead of going to like a station
Right.
and plugging in. If you were on the road and you started to lose power, you'd pull over, you'd pull out one of these pods and plug it into the side, and
Mm-hmm.
it would create the electric charge that you would need to get to a charging station. So like you
Okay.
wouldn't have to call like you wouldn't have to call Tesla, and they wouldn't have to come out with like a gas powered generator to generate power with gasoline to charge your car. So it was one of those things. I have to find that. You said
Oh my
it's
God.
electric car. Is it a new car company?
Yeah, it's a
Electric.
fairly new one. Yeah, it's a new car company. Like I said, they're black owned, and like I said, when while it's driving and whatnot, it will it'll recharge itself.
Trying to find it here. There's Derrick Automotive. I know that. Electric vehicle company Derrick Automotive Technologies opened its first showroom in Atlantic Station, showcasing how
Yeah.
technology is driving retail. Who is the black-owned EV car maker? Derrick Automotive. Talks
Uh,
about drone become first black-owned electric vehicle manufacturer in the United States. Okay.
I believe that's it. I
Uh,
know as soon as I see.
Here's the Avante E4 electric SUV, fully electric configuration, 5-door panoramic roof, has a starting price of $75,000. That's Avante. Um,
Let's see, and yep, this is it. That's the company.
Derrick Automotive.
Derek Automotive. Yep,
Cool.
this is it. Yeah, they're developing a car. It's an electric vehicle. At the is it the motor? Or is it the battery or the engine? Whatever. It essentially it recharges itself. So basically, while you're driving, you never run out of gas, so to speak.
Oh you never run out of power.
Yep.
I guess it has like regenerative. Well, but it would have to be the battery technology. Well, wait a minute. Um, have to be the
Yeah.
battery technology.
So look, man, it took somebody way smarter than that to figure that out. It took somebody way smarter than me to figure that out. uh,
I'm just looking at the site here. They're going to be first showroom.
so,
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have to look into this. Automotive steps in the metaverse.
yeah, because it's pretty interesting.
Download. Yeah, it is. Huh. Companies, Electra Motors. Yeah, I have to look at
Yeah, definitely have to check that one out. So,
so the technology. Oh, that's a really nice car. So it's a patented Proteus generator Proteus is a name for our gas to electric generator technology. Proteus combines the patented super low emission counterpoise engine, which spins a new highly efficient generator to produce low carbon electricity. Emissions per kilowatt hours of energy is on par with a natural gas power plant. Oh, natural gas. For recharging the battery packs in any electric vehicle. And then it has loop gen technology that uses electric wheel motors, advanced circuitry, artificial intelligence to support the recharging of the vehicle's battery packs. Okay. As an example, 3 modules stacked together would be about 12 inches long, will supply 60 kilowatts per second, and 1,173 foot-pounds of torque. The average electric vehicle consumer consumes about 2.5 kilowatts per mile, kilowatt seconds per mile. So with the wheel motor supplying such robust output, we should be able to replenish kilowatts as fast as they are consumed by driving the vehicle. That's pretty cool. Technology combined with our gas conversion technology represents an evolution in EV charging technology. Debuting this technology vehicle by the end of April 2023. That's what he said, 2023. Wow. So this must be way, way past it. Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah. So
it kind of reminds.
It's pretty cool. That's pretty cool, man.
The Proteus generator technology, if you look at it on the site, it looks like what GM had introduced a couple of years back. They couldn't get it to work, but the concept was you would have basically what's known it was known, I think, as the skateboard. It was basically a big it was a drivable platform, and then you would drive to a GM facility. You would have a sports car body mounted onto the platform at the factory. You drive off with a sports car. That would be for the weekend. But if you wanted an SUV, all right, from the weekend, you come back to the facility, they lift the sports car, module off, and they put the SUV on, and they lock that down, and then you drive that off. That was one of the things they were talking about. And I was like, that would have been really cool.
Right.
But I'm saying to myself, yeah, if the car was $1,000, I mean, you're talking like 40, 50,000, maybe even $70,000 for an electric car. And I'm saying to myself, well, wait a minute, all right, it sounds great in a perfect world, but this is not a perfect world. This is a world where, people are just stealing stuff, left and right. But it was, it was an interesting, I guess it's an interesting concept. But,
there's some of those concepts need to just stay concepts, man. And again, the whole operating system of Cybertruck is fine. It uses like the Linux part of it, and it's great. It is, but it's got just way too much stuff that is on its day-to-day normal operating. Yeah. It's going to get overwhelmed. It's going to stop stuff, and it's just going to just
if you know Linux, and I think there were Python scripts as well in there, embedded into the operating system. I know the operating system for the Cybertruck and for the Teslas were sort of open source. Some,
That's a great idea.
Well,
nothing wrong with open source.
Yeah, nothing wrong with open source.
However, if you're using it as a, if you have a business and using open source is not the best idea. Especially since your main bread and butter to put this in, it the way that operates, it depends on your sales. So yeah, not the best. Not the best. Just saying, not the best.
Kind of like building a cardboard Lambo. There you go.
With 4 different tires. And I think the thing I'm more, I don't know if it's like in awe or shock or
disbelief.
What?
Disbelief.
Well, definitely disbelief. That's yeah. But it's something that's kind of like an additional, something to like kind of supplement. It's like a what the F is that type of, And if you look closer and you keep examining it, then it's just more of what the F is that? What the F is that? What the F is that? Oh, Lord. So.
I say that we come up with a secured operating system on our own, and then we pitch it to Tesla and say, okay, here it is. Here it is.
So this right here. This is going to operate the Cybertruck.
DOS 311. Like so, yes. We could do DOS 311. We could probably do a...
So just go through the whole evolution of it, 3.1, 3.11, and 95.
Windows 95. There
you go. Windows 95.
Much more secure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Much more secure than Windows ME. Major excrement, but man, that was...
that was the pinnacle of security. I don't know what kind of security, but it was the pinnacle of it.
I think XP was more stable. A lot of automotive shops are still using XP in their analyzers. Yeah. I remember the one analyzer my friend got. He paid $50,000 for this analyzer. It's it looks like a tablet PC, and it has all these connectors. Okay. So you would actually connect into the ODB, which is the onboard the OBD, the onboard diagnostic port of your car, and the scanner would send out these signals, and the car, the car as it's running.
Yeah, we'll give you that data, whatever you're looking for. Yeah.
Give you back the data, like for certain sensors or certain things that are not right with the car.
Right.
But the analyzer itself, the thing itself, it was a computer, and it was like, it was like a touchscreen tablet. It used the Windows XP operating system, and it's probably still does to this day. I think some of those analyzers moved to Windows 7. I don't know if they're on Windows 10 yet.
No. No, because here's the thing, man.
Because the software is just like ancient. Yeah.
They're so reluctant to update, upgrade, whatever. They're just reluctant because XP integrates with it great. Integrates, flawlessly, and then, oh, Jesus Christ. I need to put my phone on mute.
Okay.
I keep getting, I got this text message.
Are you getting like a lot of birthday wishes?
I got a few. So that was one of them. That was one of the birthday wishes. And again, thank you everybody for all the birthday wishes. I appreciate it. You have slightly warmed this old man's heart. Not much, but it's a little bit.
Come on, you're not that old. You're only as old as you feel. And you feel like you trained a lot of Jedi warriors. Yeah.
So listen, man. If I'm old as how I feel, then I've been dead since the 80s. I'm just a zombie right now. I don't know what I'm doing. You
have Rules of Nerdquisition. You have the Gamesters of Triskelion coming up, right? That that episode.
That we do. The sad thing is I haven't watched it yet. I gotta watch it. I gotta watch.
You should have John. You should have John McCallum on that episode with you guys, because he could tell you something about the blonde who played one of the Falls in the episode. Her name is Angelique Pettyjohn, and John's got a story you can't believe.
Oh man, come on!
Angelique Pettyjohn used to be a stripper back in the 50s.
Okay.
And she was cast as one of the Falls in that episode.
Right.
The blonde-haired one with the, with like the silver bathing suit type, of outfit.
Yeah. Okay.
But she was in she was in a movie called Biohazard, and John and his friend actually had to do a life cast of her head, and I mean, you just do the story from there, but she did signings at a convention of her in the Thal outfit, and then she also did signings. She, she had pictures where she was totally nude, because she used to be a stripper in Vegas. So she had pictures. She had a couple pictures of her in the outfit from Star Trek, and then she had the same pictures, but she was completely nude. I was like, wow, I would have liked to get one of those.
So this is said, I'm not sure which one I want to get. Like the Star Trek ones are amazing, and
you should have John on that episode. He's hilarious to talk to. He's funny.
Say, look here, man. Got to talk to him and set that up.
Okay.
Talk to him and set that up, man.
Yeah, I'll talk to him.
Because that would be hilarious. Like, if you got a story like that, man, I need to hear that. I need to hear it. Gretchen would lose her mind laughing. She would just die laughing at that. Oh, man. But, this... I think eventually I'm gonna. I gotta stop talking about Cybertrucks, man, because that's like there's just so much more that's out there to talk about. What's going on in tech, but just can't stop talking about Cybertrucks just because how flawed it is.
It's on your with it's on your mind. You just can't. Yeah,
right?
you can't. Yeah,
Like
you can't get rid of it.
like it's almost like when Thomas goes on a rant.
It's like yeah, and
Like it
goes on
just
a rant. For what? For anything.
right.
And he'll rant to just rant. Going on a rant. Well, what are you ranting on? I'm ranting on ranting.
Say I'm
Okay,
ranting
well.
I'm ranting on because I had to rant.
It's becoming like that. It's becoming like the Star Trek episode I think that we did called Obsession. It's becoming an obsession.
Yes. Yeah. Like okay.
Just
all right.
how
So
just how badly these things are put together. Yeah, I know. I
yeah.
understand.
Yeah. I mean, like here's the thing.
Legos are put together better than the Cybertruck. Yeah.
Right?
Legos with crazy glue, of course.
Oh, of course. And I think the only thing that's built worse than a Cybertruck is the Ocean Gate sub. And for the longest, I was same thing with that sub about the Cybertruck. I think what they're trying to do, with the Cybertruck and Ocean Gate, they're trying to form their own vehicle, Voltron. Except it just falls apart.
The Indestructible 2. What happened to the Indestructible 1? It fell apart, sir. Oh,
okay. Right? But yeah, man, they're making their own vehicle, Voltron. But they just don't realize nobody watches the vehicles.
It's not the one with the lions.
No.
It's, what you should do? Here's a project I should do. Make the Voltron robot with Cybertrucks for like the hands and the feet. And the whole thing just catches on fire.
Now that will be hilarious.
If it's one of the Transformers, it could be one of the overloaded Transformers. It'll just go,
Absolutely, man.
Kind of like with it, kind of like Battle of the Planets, where they had like the fiery Phoenix. This would just be like, spontaneously combustible, Voltron.
Right? But the vehicle one, so there's
the no-bots. I mean, the no-go-bots. What is it? The no-go-bots.
So no, it's the no-bots is right, As in nobody wants to see. So nobody wants to see GoBots.
I wonder if I could do that with AI. Oh my God, that would be awesome.
Yep,
you could do like an AI thing.
Probably, so.
the hands and the feet are on fire. It's great.
Hey, look here, man. We got a video of Donald. We got a video of Donald Trump. Sucking on Elon's toes. So I mean, I think I think you could AI. You can AI anything if you could AI that. I mean, unless he actually did suck his toes. I mean, I don't know.
Hopefully that will end your obsession. Then we can get you on. Oh, I did.
On a different obsession.
See something that you would like. The other day, it came up in one of my tech feeds. It was the Flipper, the Flipper 02 or Flipper 2.
What? Hold up. Hold up. Let's check this out.
I gotta look.
Hold.
Let me see. Flipper. It was like Flipper Zero. Wait, Flipper Zero.
Say Flipper 01. Oh,
Flipper 1 is coming. The next generation in hacking tools.
silicone case, screen protection, Wi-Fi dev board, video game module. So it looks like, you could. Well, there's different modules for Flipper 01, but a Flipper 01 is only 170. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's what I saw. Flipper 01.
Oh, you know what? They done messed up now. They've messed up now. Now the price is coming down in my head to justify it. Oh yeah. Flipper Zero.
It would be a small computer with some sort of Linux distro on it. I believe the F0 and the F1 used to be one device, but they decided to split them into two. Is a bit misleading considering the name and the shape of it, but it's a whole nother gadget.
Oh yeah. Look at man. Flipper Zero done messed up by dropping the price on this one. Oh, they messed up. Oh, well, they messed up.
I think what they did was they I think the 01 actually has embedded Wi-Fi in it, so you don't have to do. I think that's what it is.
Look
the one.
Flipper.
Because the Flipper Zero had a Wi-Fi module you can connect onto the top, and it made it look kind of awkward. This one, I think, has embedded Wi-Fi, so it might have an embedded Wi-Fi chip.
Flipper Zero, y'all done messed up. You have messed up. You have messed up. So you have messed. Oh. Oh, thanks, Hunter. I appreciate it. I appreciate that. Jess. Hey, Jess, how you doing?
Yeah, the Flipper Zero is about $169 right now.
Shoot. About to see this. Look here, man. Look here, man. They messed up. They messed up. Flipper Zero messed up. I'll tell you that right now. They messed up. Oh, they messed up. Oh.
They have a lot of prototyping boards for it. So they have the Wi-Fi dev board for Flipper Zero, which is like $29, but it connected to the top and it made it look kind of weird. I think the 01 has the embedded Wi-Fi chip in it.
Yeah,
so you don't have to keep connecting stuff to the top, because when you did that, it looked like Al's computer, like from Quantum Leap. Remember that computer he used to have in his hand, that thing with the, it kind of looked like that.
So no, I was going to say Ziggy, but no, Ziggy's the actual AI itself. I forget what that little handheld device that he had was, but yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, look here.
So it said on April 7th, 2023, Amazon banned sales of the Flipper Zero via their site for being a card skimming device. Only Wi-Fi development boards, screen protectors, and cases are still available from the site after the ban. As of March 2025, it is still banned on Amazon. So it's a skimming device for educational purposes only, but
so okay, man, they are messed up. Oh, they messed up. They messed up by putting this thing on sale.
That is so nice. The Flipper 01. It's got 1, 2, 3. It's got 4. It's got like 4 development buttons on it. Oh wow, it's really nice. Yeah. So the 01 Flipper. The Flipper one is coming. Next generation hacking tool. So wait a minute. It has. I'm just looking at the video here now.
Okay, yeah.
Looking on my phone. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I think it has embedded Wi-Fi, so that should be pretty cool. Yeah. Can't wait for like the Flipper 10 to come out, be like a big tablet, be just like a big hacking tablet.
Said, man, it wouldn't be a tablet. It would look, it looked like an iPhone.
Yeah, yeah. It looked like a cell phone. There you go.
Yeah. But it's looking for 100. For 170 though. I might be able to deal with the thing shown on top of the Wi-Fi. Hold up. Depending on what I'm going to use it for. Educational purposes. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna need this Wi-Fi dev board. yeah. Oh, they messed up. Oh, they messed up bad. Oh, they messed up bad. You don't put shit like this on sale. You don't put shit like this on sale with me. I got impulse control already. I got impulse control problems already. You put something like this on sale.
Well, at least we can get you off the Cybertruck. So, we can get you off the Cybertruck session. Now we put you to Flipper Zero. Then, I want to see after you get the Flipper Zero. You'll be like, hey, guess what? I can hack a Cybertruck now.
That's what I plan on doing.
There you go.
Here, we'll turn this bitch on real quick. See that? It wouldn't crank up. It just. Oh, look. Flipper. I'm gonna let y'all know right now. Y'all messed up. Y'all messed up.
Well, if they come up with the 01 or the I guess the 1, then you'll find out that the other one is not as it should be coming down in price.
So, Jess, let me tell you like this. All right. That $180 Lego set. That Lego set will will keep your husband out of trouble. Okay? There's $180 that keeps his ass out of trouble. This is $170 that's going to put my ass in deep ass trouble. Every day. Okay?
So, in Wikipedia, the Flipper Zero is a portable, multifunctional device developed for interaction with access control systems. The device is able to read, copy, and emulate RFID and NFC tags. The RFID is radio frequency identification tags, or the badges that you would use to open up doors at work.
Security badges.
If you have a badge like that, like security badge. And NFC tags, which is near field communication tags. You could get those on Amazon. Mm-hmm. It's like $20 for like 50. No, it's $8 for 50 tags, and you can actually use your cell phone to program them through NFC tools. Radio remote buttons, iButtons, digital access keys. It was first to announce in August 2020 through the Kickstarter crowdfunding campaign, which raised $4.8 million. The first devices were delivered to backers 18 months after completion of the crowdfunding campaign. The device user interface embodies a pixel art dolphin virtual pet. The interaction with the virtual pet is the device's core game mechanic. The usage of the device functions defines the appearance and emotions of the pet. But it says, while harmless uses like as a remote control for a television or carbon dioxide sensor exist, some of the built-in tools have potential criminal uses, including RFID skimming, Bluetooth spamming a Bluetooth connection, crashing a person's phone, and emulation of RFID chips such as those found in identification badges using the built-in radio cloner to open garage doors, unlocking cars, and functioning as a wireless bad USB. Things that on the show that we love. No. But for educational purposes.
Educational purposes. So
only. Only.
So I said, Jess, I can't have something like that. But they lowered the price to where I can't not have that. I got to have it. They lowered the price affordable. To where they lowered the price to where this some I have to buy it out of principle. It's the principle of the matter now.
Amazon will not sell you the actual device. They will sell you
all the accessories
that go with the device.
Yeah,
all the accessories, right?
Yeah, but they're not selling you the device itself. No,
right. I mean, this is good, like for pen testing, like like for penetration testing.
Oh yeah, for definitely for pen testing.
Like testing networks.
Oh yeah,
I mean, I used to have a Linksys USB wireless scanner many years ago, and if I got in, if I went to like a client's office, I guess I could say, so what is your SSD and with it. Sorry, like your SSID, and they would go, I don't know what you're talking about. I was like, what are you broadcasting as your SSID for your business? And they would say, I still don't know what you're talking about. So then I would have to explain it to them. But this little thing that I had on my keychain would show me, it would say Linksys WRT54G, which is basically the SSID that they were broadcasting as their router. And I said, well, you're broadcasting a Linksys ID. And they go, so? I was like, so if people understand that, they could possibly get into your Wi-Fi. So then when I checked out the Wi-Fi, they had I think they had 55 or 56 users on there when they only had a 10 user almost
10, like a 10 user connect the thing up to 10 users type of thing.
Well, there were only 10 people who worked at the company.
Okay.
But there were 55 users on the Wi-Fi. And I found out that the people next door found out that their SSID was wide open, and they were using it for all their computers, all their phones, all this other stuff. And I said to them, okay, this is what's slowing down your network. You have all these people using this thing. You're paying for this every month, and they're using it for free. I was like, I'm going to go in and I'm going to change it all, and then give you access to your, like your Wi-Fi. I said I could shut the Wi-Fi off, but for certain things in your business, you want to keep it on.
Right.
So we did that. I plugged in all the computers because all the computers were on Wi-Fi. I said, no, you need to plug all your computers into a local network. Okay. Anything that's Wi-Fi is going to be this. And I said, as soon as I do this, you watch. People are going to be coming from all around going, what's the password? What's the password? It's like, no, you can't give those people the password. Like,
because those are the people that are the reason why your
network is
why your network is going the way it's going. It's because of them.
So, he did that. I changed the SSID. I changed the passphrase, and then within like 2 or 3 days, somebody who lived upstairs from this one guy, because the guy had his business on the first floor, and the people upstairs came down and said, "What's the password for the Wi-Fi?" And he goes, "What password?" And he goes, "Well, my password changed. I can't get onto the internet." It's like, well, this is a business. You're not supposed to be getting my password to run. Oh, but we were using it, like for Netflix. I can't I can't watch my TV anymore. He goes, too bad. You need to go get your own. You need to go get your own Wi-Fi. Yeah,
right.
That was the whole thing. I was like, wow. And he called me up and he goes, within 24 hours, I had people come in. What's the Wi-Fi password? What's this? What's that? And I'm like, now I said, now you see why you can't have these people on your network. I said, this network is just for your business. That's all it's for.
Right.
And he's like, oh, okay. Yeah. All right.
Said now it makes sense. That. Now it makes sense.
It makes sense now.
Yeah, you see, all those people kept asking for the Wi-Fi password. That's the reason why, man. That's the reason why your network
it's slowed down.
Network is going so slow.
Have only 10 people on. I'm like going. I said you have 55 devices. I was like, what the hell?
So that's a lot. 55. That's a lot of devices.
I could identify. I mean, I could. I can identify like with Wireshark, which is a separate.
Right.
It's a separate software thing you can use on a laptop. Wireshark will actually tell you what's on your network, and it'll actually give the MAC addresses. So I recorded all the MAC addresses.
Okay.
And I was like, well, you have like 20 iPhones. You have. You had 10 Android phones. That's 30 devices. Okay. You had some other computers. You had a TV, you had a couple smart TVs. I'm like, he goes,
right.
I don't even have a smart TV at my business. I was like, there you go.
It's like, I don't know what to tell you. Don't know what to tell you, man. I mean,
but yeah, the flipper can be used to do that, but it can also be used for skimming. And they did a thing where the Flipper Zero, they did an experiment where these guys were at a hotel. The one guy had his badge, or his door card in his wallet, and the guy came up with the Flipper Zero with the the Wi-Fi thing, like the Wi-Fi dev board, and found that there were all these different people who had had like the RFID badge for the hotel.
All right.
He skimmed them all. He found them all. And when he went up to the person, he basically took the device and went to like the person's back pocket or whatever, and just skimmed them all, and then hacked into the hotel registry, found what room numbers were attached to those cards, went to those doors and hit one button on the Flipper Zero, and the door opened, which was scary because those people were down in the convention room, and he just opened up a door and said, "Yeah, see, here's one guy's thing, you know, he went to the next door, he found the thing, hit it, and the door opened, and you hear beep, and you see the little green light go on, open the door, and he just had access to everything. I was like, it's cool, but it's really
scary.
And it's really disturbing. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why I need one. That's why I need one. And again, Jess.
So anybody listening, Gilbert needs a Flipper Zero to get him away from his obsession of Cybertrucks.
Yeah, it's only
it's his birthday.
It's only 170, and it's my birthday. Come on, come on, man. Y'all can slide me $1 here and there. You can slide me $1. Let me live my dream. Let me live my dream, people, please. Let this old man die with a happy heart, fulfilling this dream. I need this. But Jess, you better buy your husband that Lego set. Buy him that Lego set for real. This shit gonna get me in trouble.
Yes, it's gonna get you in trouble.
This shit gonna get me into a fist fight.
Ooh, look at that. They make an external antenna for the Flipper Zero, which is on a dev card. $22. That's nice. Connects right to the top.
See? It's a very affordable shit like that. That gets me in trouble. That's just gonna get me in trouble.
We have to go to ShmooCon. ShmooCon is in Washington D.C. every year. I think it's at the Hyatt, but it is a convention for hackers. They show you how to hack.
Oh yeah,
everything.
Yeah, I see those.
Cybertrucks, Teslas, Fords. Cars. But they have different classes you can take. You can take the class. Well, it's not really a class. It's more like an expo, but you can go.
So basically, they have, for anybody listening, they have stuff from beginners all the way to most advanced expert. Just stuff like that, and guaranteed, you're gonna get hacked while you're there. You're going to. I mean, you're in a convention with a bunch of hackers. What do you think they're going to do? They're going to hack. They're going to hack you. They're going to hack somebody next to you. They're going to hack the person. They're going to hack everybody. And absolutely, Jess, I'm going to keep a brick on me. As soon as I get a Flipper Zero, I got to get a brick too.
ShmooCon is an annual East Coast hacker convention hell-bent on offering 3 days of an interesting atmosphere for demonstrating technology exploitation, inventive software and hardware solutions, and open discussions of critical InfoSec issues. The first day is a single track of speed talks called One Track Mind. The next 2 days brings 3 tracks, Build It, Belay It, and Bring It On. ShmooCon is about high quality without the high price. Keep in mind that space is limited and we've sold out quickly every year. ShmooCon is held in Washington, D.C. at the Washington Hilton, about 4 blocks from D.C.'s Metro DuPont Circle Station. Entertaining, brain melting from all the cool tech you're learning. Be sure to check out the other vendors running during ShmooCon, including the Lockpick Village, ShmooCon Labs, Hack Fortress, and more. Oh, that's awesome. I'm just trying to see here. The 1 year, I know that Hack 5 covers them. So if you go to hack5.org, you could probably find out about ShmooCon. But ShmooCon created this thing 1 year. It was a badge that you wore around your neck, and it was a hackable USB, USB-C. It kind of looked like a Raspberry Pi, and it had a screen on it. And what it would do is, instead of you going to every, like vendor or every booth, and getting a card, or writing down information, they had, I believe they had like an NFC, which was a near field communication tag, and you took your badge and you put it to the tag, and it would read the tag and actually record all the vendors you went to. And then you could bring the thing back to your hotel room and you could hack it. You could actually turn it into anything you wanted to. So, like, you could basically turn, I don't think you could turn it into a Flipper Zero, but at the time, I think you could have. You could have turned it into that type of thing. I think that's where the Flipper Zero came from.
Okay.
It came from that, that convention.
Yeah. I'm not surprised. Not surprised at all.
So.
But man, Flipper effed up. Flipper effed up.
ShmooCon, less moose than ever. January 10th through the 12th, 2025. Oh, so it already passed. Gonna have to go there one time without a cell phone, without anything that could be hacked.
So look at, man, I'd go down there with a burner phone.
Yeah, go down there with a burner phone, right?
Like, just because, look here, man, they're not getting mine.
Like an old school, like an old school telephone, or an analog,
like an old flip phone, like an old like an old StarTech
brick.
flip.
You get the brick,
the big
the big brick. There you go.
Like the big. Like the big honking, receiver, and you get the one that is fancy, that has the thing that pulls the flip.
Motorola Razor. Go down there with a Motorola Razor.
Yeah,
man.
Yeah,
I get like
man.
a burner phone. That's what I would do. Get a Wi-Fi phone with Google Voice. There you go. Maybe they can trace it back to your regular number.
They could. They trace that all back. And just had Nokia, and they could double as a brick. Because Nokia is a tough, man. Nokia is pretty much a brick. So yeah, you could double it.
Oh, they had mine. I have one around here. My old Nokia. It was actually my mother's. It's actually, like my mother-in-law's. It's like a one-piece Nokia. I still have Nokia. That's funny.
I bet that bitch still powers on too.
Yeah, I remember my wife had the Motorola Razor at one time. I think I have it here. It's still pretty good, and I have my 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 first cell phone was it was a flip phone. It was it was a VX 9600. I think it was from Verizon. It was
Okay.
old flip phone. And then my next one I got was it was it was sort of like a tablet. It was kind of like a window. It was a Windows based phone. But I think, was that Nokia? It may have been Nokia. Yeah, it had a slide screen. Like the screen would slide. It was it looked like it was real big. It was real big. I remember, but you used to slide the screen, to the side and turn it this way, and it had a full keyboard.
Yeah, I remember that.
It had Windows.
I remember those.
It had Word, PowerPoint, and Excel on it, and it had like it had like a little stylus you pulled out, and you could do stuff on the screen.
Yeah, I remember those.
That was that, and then I don't think I have that one anymore. The one I do have, I have the Apple. I have the Apple 3, the iPhone 3. I still have my iPhone 3. It's brand new. It looks brand new in the thing, man. It's a lot. It's a lot smaller than this one. But I think it came with like the Retina display.
Yeah,
Riley, buy Samsung. No, don't buy Samsung. That's so many problems, Samsung.
Oh man, okay.
A briefcase car phone. Yep, that's that. Yeah, that's the one I bought from my father when he left the police department and he opened up his private detective agency. Got him a Panasonic one. Panasonic, car phone. It was huge. It actually had a strap on it. It had this huge battery.
I remember those.
And
my mom had that.
With it had a full size handset with the antenna. I was like, wow, this thing is awesome, man.
Samsung probably did make the slide phones.
Yeah, I think they did.
Yeah, and those, if I'm not mistaken, those came from the Matrix.
Yeah, the Matrix ones. Yeah, that's right. The one that you hit and it
hit and it just
like flipped out. Yeah.
Yeah, because every soon as Morpheus hit that phone, it said tank. I need, stuff like that. Then
I was
every nerd
talking
wanted
to John
one.
McCallum about we were talking about the show Canon. Like Robert Conrad or whatever, and he was a private investigator. He actually had the VHF cell phone in his car, and we looked at it. It was like a full phone, but it had a dial pad on. You picked it up and you dialed the number, and you could dial into VHF. But if you looked at the actual guts of it, dude, that thing took up the entire trunk. It looked like a giant army radio setup.
Like there was this girl I went to high school with that she had I didn't know if it worked or not, but it probably did. But she had a car phone, and that had the cord. It was corded.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think it worked though, because I don't think she ever used it. Even if it did work, I don't think she ever used it.
My father in his police car had the Motorola one, and it was a cell phone. And you couldn't get the handset out of the cradle unless you put the code in. If you put the code in, it would release the magnetic lock that was on it, and then you could pull it out. right?
right.
And then you can make a call. But yeah,
which
yeah,
which is good for us.
the black.
Which is good, for not dropping it and stuff like that, but because sometimes it can be a pain in the ass.
Yeah, the Panasonic one that I got my dad. I was looking at the brick. I wanted to get the brick one because I thought it would be really cool for him to just have that one. They didn't have that one in stock, and I remember I went to the store to go buy it, and it was $975 at the time. And I remember, I saved up all my money. I bought him the phone for his business. He goes, "This is fantastic. This is great." And within like 2 years of him having the business, they went over to these small little phones, and I said, "Dad, check this out. It's a small." He goes, "It does everything this does?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "You don't, well, you don't have to carry it like a damn army radio. It had it had like a shoulder strap on it. It looked like a laptop. It looked like a laptop with a big antenna on it. That's how big it was, and it was really, really like heavy." And then, yeah.
Oh man, yeah. What a time to be alive in the 90s.
There was just a lot of really cool stuff coming out. I was like, man, I wish I still had that. I wish I still had that phone today. That battery was huge.
I wouldn't mind having a car that has a car phone in it, just for the whole nostalgia part, purposes. Oh yeah, it works all the time.
Well, the VHF cell phone that had the dial in it, that was the one that Oscar Goldman had in his car. For the $6 Million Man. That's what they used. So basically, it was very high frequency. It wasn't ultra high frequency. Ultra high frequency came out, I believe, in 90. I'm going to say 95, 97. But in the 80s, in the 80s, the 70s was very high frequency. Very high frequency was used by the Army. And then the Army created spread spectrum, which was, the ultra high frequency. But, yeah, it was like those, it was like those old Army radios, like the real big field radio used to put to your head and had the big battery and everything. Yeah. It reminded
man. Look here. My mom had that. My mom had the big brick one. She also had the the one in the bag. Like the carry bag. She had that.
It's like was it Men in Black 3? The one where Will Smith goes back in time.
Yep. Number 3. Yep.
He sees Agent K. Sorry, yeah. He sees Agent K, and he's like, and he pulls the thing out. It's real big. Goes, "Hey man, don't put that to your head." Real big,
right? Oh god!
Hey man, don't put that.
Don't put that to your head. Oh man, look here.
Yeah, I remember reading an article in Future magazine where the advent of cordless phones, when we had cordless phones, because I remember we had the Uniden. We had the Uniden cordless phone.
Right.
And it, it had the antenna on the handset. And we thought we were like the greatest people in the world with this thing, you know, going outside. You could talk outside. You didn't need the cord. You didn't need all this other stuff.
Right.
And I remember Future Magazine had an article where they were going, now this is before they went to cell phones, that they were going to be, that you were going to be able to use your cordless phone on your landline, but you're also going to be able to take your cordless phone with you in the car, and like wherever you were, you're going to be able to pull out that antenna and talk.
Yeah.
You know, over, you know, I guess over a dedicated transponder, and you're going to be able to do that. And then all of a sudden, it just didn't happen, and they came out with cell phones. So that was the advent of cell phones, where they had the cell towers and all this other stuff. Right. Motorola came out with, when you bought a UHF radio, you had a keypad on your radio, kind of like a telephone. So you could make small calls through your radio to a radio tower going to a landline. But the price per minute was like it was like $300 a minute. You know, for you to make a call.
Hell
and
no.
I was like, $300 a minute? You got to be shitting me. I was like, it's like, there is no way I'm going to be using this thing. You know, and that, you know, that was before cell phones. That was the whole.
There's nobody I want to talk to. There's nobody I want to talk to for $300 a minute, and nobody I want to talk to.
Was it? It wasn't like a, you know, like the two-way conversation would be like, like you would have to key your radio in order to talk. So you'd have to push, hit the push to talk button. You would talk,
and you would
let
to wait.
It go, and then the person on the landline would just, talk. But, it was only for like a few minutes. Like you can only do it like a few minutes, and then the tower would cut you off. So it was.
I mean, yeah,
crazy.
Because I mean, shit, dude, you. $300 a minute, man.
It was the craziest price I'd ever seen. I was like, wow. Like, yeah, there's no way I'm going to be able to do this.
So look at, man, $300 a minute. As fast as I would talk for $300 in a minute.
Okay, done. It'd be like an auctioneer.
Yeah.
Talking like an auctioneer.
Yeah. Okay, Jess, so go to save it, and I need you to I'm sending you a text about it. All right.
Oh my God.
Hey, Jordan, I'm sitting on Saturday, and I'm going to be bye. What did he say? Man, I don't know.
I think I think CB and 2 meter band were the way to go if you were going to talk. But
so look at, man, if you go to talk like that, you might get smoke signal.
I remember my friend had loaned me his UHF radio one time, and I did this experiment one time, and I was like, oh, it's because because he was saying to me, he said, well, if you have height, like for radio, you don't need power, so you don't need like a lot of power to transmit the signal. So what I did once, I was just a kid. I had magnetic wire, and I put it onto a helium balloon. I had a helium balloon, and I hooked the magnetic wire onto the one side of the radio, and I just let it go up in the air, and I keyed the mic from where I was, and my friend is like going. He goes, George, where are you? I said, I'm home. He goes, um, he goes, your radio signal is coming in very, very strong. What did you do? I said, I'm doing, I said, I'm doing an atmospheric experiment. I have magnetic wire hooked to the radio, hooked to a helium balloon. I said, it was the only way I could get in touch with you because you're not answering your phone. He goes, he goes, he goes, shut that down right now. I was like, why? He goes, with it. He goes, you are stepping on every ultra high frequency and very high frequency transmission in like within like a I think like 100-mile radius. I was like jamming everybody, and I was like, "Oh, okay, over and out." Turn it off. I was like, "But it worked," and I was like, "This is cool." So the next time I see him, he goes, "With it," he goes, "You did all that from a radio?" I said, "Yeah." He said, he goes, getting calls from all these people. What the hell? Blah, 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 blah. So, yeah. So, yeah.
Oh, man.
I was the ultimate jammer. So, I was the original jammer.
Oh, that is hilarious.
You think a Flipper Zero is
Said, man, look here.
Is destructive. Yeah.
So there would be so many places I would literally have to haul ass running out of, because I would be just like Icarus and I would fly too close to the sun. I'd have that Flipper Zero. And next thing I know, I decided I'm gonna have some fun and set off some cybercars.
Fun.
And I'm gonna have some fun and set off some Cybertrucks, you know? So
whether it was all right. So what? So would you have them overclock their batteries or discharge their batteries fully?
you know what? It would be a mix of the two. Just because I would love to see people just frustrated, just for no reason, and then just have like one that just works. So one that just works absolutely flawlessly, and then everybody else that owns the Cybertrucks is just this one lone Cybertruck just going everywhere.
It says to use the mobile app, set up the Tesla mobile app to communicate with your Cybertruck. Download the Tesla mobile app to your phone. Log into Tesla mobile app by entering your Tesla account credentials. Your phone and vehicle must both be actively connected to a cellular service or Wi-Fi for the mobile app to communicate with your vehicle. Tesla recommends you always have a functional physical key readily available if parking in an area where limited or absent cellular service, such as indoor parking garage. Okay. That's interesting. I'm sure I'm sure the Flipper can handle that one. Media settings appear on mobile app to rewind. Switch to a different vehicle associated with your Tesla account if you have access to more than one. I'm sure you can create one. Controls. Yeah. Controls tab allows you to do the following: open or close the tonneau cover, open the tailgate, open or close the powered trunk. Turn on, check the status of the AC power outlets, control the bed lights, lock or unlock the Cybertruck from afar. Okay.
You know how mad as hell people would get Have you hacked their Cybertruck and then they're just driving along and you turn their AC off?
Well, it says
Yeah.
enable or disable defrost truck, which helps melt snow, ice, and frost on the windshield. Enable or disable dog mode or camp mode. Enable cabin overheat protection, which prevents the cabin from getting too warm in hot ambient conditions. You can choose whether you want the AC to run when the temperature in the cabin exceeds 105 or the selected temperature if available.
So
See
look
operating
here, man.
climate controls. Vent or close the windows.
Mm-hmm. See?
Uh,
Man, look at
See?
there'd be so many people that want.
Oh, here we are. Security tab allows you to do the following: enable or disable Sentry mode. See how to use Sentry mode with a USB flash drive. Enable or disable valet mode. Enable or disable speed limit mode and receive notifications when the vehicle's driving speed is within approximately 3 miles per hour of your selected maximum speed. Disabled phone key, if needed, such as when you do not want the vehicle to automatically unlock whenever your phone is nearby.
Mm-hmm.
Watch and share dash cam and Sentry mode clips from your mobile app. Interesting. Granting access to a second driver. Here we are. Add or remove access permissions for an additional driver from the Tesla mobile app. We gotta try this, dude. I just want to get a Flipper Zero now.
Right?
Connectivity, mobile app, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, phone calendar, web conferencing, and smart garage.
Say it again. How
interesting?
You gotta mad. How mad? How pissed off do you think somebody would be while they're driving their Cybertruck, just cruising along, like, no cares in the world because, your glue is strong, and then all of a sudden just everything just goes just every which way. Man. And then they look over and just happen to see you or see me with a Flipper Zero.
Well, if you already had hacked the thing, it would happen while I guess it would happen while they're driving, or actually before they're before they start the car, if they can start the car. I mean, if you can.
And see, and here's the thing, man. And if one of those functions where you can cut off their AC.
Oh yeah.
And then the heat. I'm gonna tell you like this. In South Carolina, it gets so hot. You mess with somebody's AC like that, they will fist fight you. They will for real. They're ready to throw hands if you mess with the AC.
I'd have to switch the controls around. So, like when you think you're turning, like the air conditioner down, you're actually turning the heat up.
That's
When you're putting the heat up, you're turning the air conditioner up. Kind of
right.
Switch it around.
Yeah, now that's something I would do.
Yeah,
I'd do that. Because that shit would be hilarious.
The best.
That would be hilarious.
The funniest thing that my friend Dan used to do was if you left your cell phone on the bar and then you went to go have a smoke or you went to go to the bathroom, he would get into your cell phone and he would change the language, on your cell phone. And then when you got back, you'd be like, oh, and that's what he would do. And I was like, really? He goes, it's just fun to do that. Yeah, until we did it to him. And he was like, dude, I can't get into my cell phone. I'm like, well,
no,
shouldn't do that.
So not so fun, is it?
Because he tried. I think he tried to do it to Steve one time, and he put French, and Steve knew how to speak French, and he knew how to write. He knew how to read and write in French. So he goes, "Oh, You tried to set my thing. Yeah. Boom, 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 boom. And he,
Yeah, it's
and he went back to it.
Back to English.
And he went back to English. I was like, yeah. I mean, I have to do that for the Cybertruck, like,
Oh yeah.
Chinese or Japanese or something.
Oh
like
yeah.
That'd be cool. Yeah, that'd be cool.
So again,
screw the operating system. Like load the Japanese operating system.
Right, again, this for educational purposes.
Just for educational purposes only.
Educational purposes only, and it'd make a great birthday gift. I'm just saying. It's my birthday, and it'd be a great gift. Oh, this is top tier shenanigans. This top tier shenanigans I will get into with this.
Get into so much trouble. But I mean, it would be worth it.
Yeah, it would. Oh, it would be worth so much trouble that I get into. It'd be worth it.
Just sit there with your flipper, just sit there.
I'd have so many.
In the coffee shop at like your Flipper Zero and your laptop and
so
just watch the hilarity ensue.
I would have to. I'd have to get my cardio up. I'd have to get my leg strength up because I know I'm going to be running. Because there are going to be so many people that's going to be pissed off. And all it would take would be to run to a Cybertruck and open it up. And I escape driving a Cybertruck. Like I have to stop at every stop and just tell everybody, say, hey, look, not like that. There's some people chasing me. Right, just like the girl in the videos you sent me.
I'm sorry, Jessica. Look I was in trouble.
So listen, imagine that girl, but it'd be with the Flipper Zero, and I'm just randomly cutting people's AC off. I'm randomly cutting people's AC off, and Jess, in the middle of Florida.
If you did it as a
let's just say and let's just say it's in the great state where you live at, Jess. How pissed off you think people would be when I cut the AC off? Why they driving?
The thing that'd be cool is if you could program it as an automatic injection script. So when the Cybertruck is driving by, or if you're driving, or if you're in traffic, it finds the truck and then just injects the script automatically.
I see.
And then
that is. Let's see, I didn't want to say it out loud, but
it'd be like pen testing.
Yeah.
Field testing. Sorry, field testing.
Is field testing pen? Well, technically, it's still pen testing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see, Jess, I didn't want to say where you lived at out loud, so. But since you wrote it in the chat, yes, she lives in Florida. With the Florida heat, and you turn somebody's AC off, you gonna catch a fade. In the words of Thomas, there'll be some misunderstanding some furniture movie, but it'd be too hot. Oh my God.
So there is an automatic injection of the JavaScript agent that you can do. So what is automatic injection?
Oh. Let's see. That's not. That's not concerning at all. And that was sarcasm, ladies and gentlemen. Sarcasm. Oh, God.
Do wireless. Wait. Wireless. Wireless. Code injection attacks in wireless-based Internet of Things. Script injection. This type of attack involves injecting malicious code into a script executed by the operating system. So MDPI.
If for anybody curious, Internet of Things means it's anything that connects to your Wi-Fi that it uses the internet to run, but it doesn't. It's not in a tablet or a laptop. Basically, like security cameras, Internet of Things. Like if you have an Alexa, Internet of Things. No, that type of thing.
Oh, here it is.
That's what an Internet of Thing is. So anybody that's curious.
Code injection attacks. Code injection attacks are a class of attacks in which an attacker exploits vulnerabilities in software, applications, hardware to inject malicious code into the target system, as mentioned before. Code injection attacks have persisted in systems for decades. The first known code injection attack occurred in the late 80s when the Morris worm infected thousands of computers by exploiting a buffer overflow vulnerability in the Unix finger daemon. The worm spread rapidly across the internet, causing widespread disruption, highlighting potential for code injection attacks. So that would be code injection attacks, but it would have to be approximate. Well, it would have to be a proximity code injection attack. So if you had the Flipper Zero with this vulnerability in it, you would have to be within. If it's it depends on if it's Wi-Fi.
If it connects to Wi-Fi, if it connects to Wi-Fi, then it would depend on the range of the Wi-Fi.
Well, if you had it as a cell phone injection attack, you could go to the cell tower, come back, and that could be the range of the cell tower. So, but you would have to disguise it as some sort of a maintenance or monitoring piece of software that the cell tower could not flag as malicious code. Bluetooth would probably be better.
Yeah.
Because the Bluetooth is up to 30, is it 35 feet? So if it's within
I thought it was like 30. I thought it was like 30, 35. So
yeah. If it's within 35 feet of your person, if it's on your person, or of your car, if you're in your car and there's a Cybertruck nearby and you did the injection, you could do the malicious code injection into their operating system. So you would basically have to see how their
I'm gonna put it like this.
Their coding works inside the Cybertruck or the Tesla or whatever the vehicle is, and then find and exploit vulnerability. Since they use Linux and since they use open source in their operating systems, which is vulnerable, would it be vulnerable wirelessly, or would it be only vulnerable if it's hooked up to like a monitoring port?
Right.
Maybe an RJ45, an RJ35, and thing. But usually, if it's wireless, because your phone has to work with the Tesla. That's what I found out from the girl that I helped in California that time. The phone, the app hooks to, so you have to have an active Wi-Fi account, or you have to have like an active account on the Tesla side for the software. You have to have active Wi-Fi, and then the car hooks to the app through your phone. Because when you go to charge your car from a Tesla power station, that power is seen through the app, and the app records how many hours it took to charge the car, and then it charges you for that power.
Right.
So if there was a way to, well, I guess there would be a vulnerability. You could basically say, oh, I only charge my car for 1 hour, when you charge your car for 24 hours and you got a full charge. Like if you got like a full charge or something like that, and you had your car there like for 5 hours, you can only say, well, my car only went for 1 hour. But that would be that would be very interesting.
All I can tell you is this, man. I go to Florida with a Flipper Zero. I'll be kicked out of Florida. I'll be kicked out of Florida if I don't catch a beat down. Cause I'm not gonna lie, if I see a Cybertruck, I'm turning that AC off. I'm turning that AC off. I'm turning the heat on. Every Cybertruck. Every one of them.
Disable no, just disable the air conditioning, just keep the heat on.
So I'm turning it off.
Turn it on, just put the heat on.
So I'm turning it off. The only difference would be if it's in the winter, then that AC going strong. That AC going strong. But otherwise, I get booted out of Florida.
I bought my mom a car one time, a Chevy Impala, 4-door, sedan, really nice car, and I remember taking it to the gas station around the corner and everything, and got the whole heater cord done, got all this other stuff done. And I brought it back. I think Steve Warner came over one night, and we were just talking and everything. I had the car running because I wanted to check out the AC. Well, what happened was I forgot that I started the car, and I forgot that I kept the AC on. And Steve and I were talking. We were talking, and he goes, "Hey, would you like to go to my house? We can go here and go see the." So I left with Steve. The car was locked, but the car was running with the AC on, and it was on for like 27 hours until I got back. And the thing was like.
So did it have any gas left?
I had a full. I had a full tank in it. I had a full tank in it when I started it. I remember. It was like it was a Sunday. I got back. It was so quiet. Like the car was so quiet because I had everything done. I had the engine done and all those stuff. I go, I go to sleep and I got back real late. Steven and I got back real late to my house. He dropped me off and everything, and I'm there, and I'm like, and I walk outside in like 2:00 in the afternoon, on Monday, and I'm like. I walk out and I'm like, I hear something. I walk out. Oh my God! I ran to the car. The windows of the car, you had to see it. It was like 80, 90 degrees out. The windows of the car were soaking wet. On the inside of the car. I opened up the car. I was like, oh my God. I turned the engine. I turned the thing
God.
off. That hood was so hot, but the air, the and the seats were cloth, so they absorbed all that water. I sat down in this like this sopping mess. I was like, how stupid could you be, George? I'm so stupid. So I was like, so I had the car. The next day, I drove it around the corner of my friend's garage, and he goes, how long was this car on? I was like, like 26, 27 hours ago. He goes, 27 hours with the AC on. I was like, he goes, what did you do? I was like, I forgot that I was like, the engine was so quiet. You tuned this engine so well. It was so quiet. I didn't even hear anything. And he goes, oh my God. And he goes, so he throws it on the dyno. He threw it on, the thing, and he analyzed it, and he goes, everything seems fine. He goes, air works. I'm like, I know the air works. I had it running for 27 hours, man. He goes, you're going to have to go get some gas because you're almost out of gas. So, oh my God. It was,
Oh my God, man. I know it wasn't funny at the time, but that's just funny now.
Because I just got talking to Steve. I was talking to Steve, and then my friend Dan came over. We were all talking and stuff, and we were working on Steve's Jeep in my driveway. So, yeah.
Oh man, funny. That is funny. Oh my God, that is funny. So it looks like we are coming up close to the end of the show.
Yes, we are.
I just noticed that we are coming close to the end of the show. Yeah,
10 more minutes.
So, TK tonight. Cole Goodman.
I won't be on TK tonight. They don't know how to put me into the show yet, but Cole will be on.
Cole will be on. Okay, so we got TK tonight, Cole Goodman. So definitely stay tuned, check out for that. Then after that, we have got conversations with T. Nathan.
At 11?
At 11, yep.
And then Thomas from 8 o'clock tomorrow morning for the Sound of Coffee.
That is correct. So, yeah, I know in the morning, everybody listening, the whole crew, the Sound of Coffee crew is going to be there. He's going to keep you entertained. He always does. But I will say this. He can keep you entertained, but he's not a flipper zero. I can guarantee you that he's not a flipper zero. Because I can promise you, there will be nothing more satisfying. Nothing more satisfying than turning the AC off of a Cybertruck. In 90-degree weather.
Did you ever think of this one right before we leave? Going to like a Tesla dealership. You don't have to burn the cars. You just have to change the operating system of the cars.
Just tweak it.
No, I mean like at the dealership, just park your car, walk around,
just kind look around.
Take a little walk around.
So just look around
with your flipper in your pocket.
See what they have.
Yeah.
Ask some questions.
How vulnerable is the operating system?
And of course they'll want to. They'll want to show you. They want to show you everything.
Injection attack.
They want to show you all of the features and everything like that. So, of course, you'll have to sit in the car.
Is this how it works?
That's how great. It works. Oh, that's awesome. And then
that's great.
And then you leave and become a menace to society.
Making Elon stock dough.
So Meanwhile, Flipper Zero stocks is going up. Elon's going down. Oh my gosh!
I'm gonna have to visit my.
So yeah, it's like it is. Almost time. We got about 5 minutes left, 5-ish, roughly. So,
just want to thank everybody in the chat. Thank you, Jessica, for being on, and
appreciate you,
Magpie and Hunter, and shout out to everybody in the chat. Thank you very much for being here.
And Jess, I'm not diabolical. I'm just I'm curious.
He's curiously diabolical. No, wait. He's diabolically curious.
I'm curious. Yes. It's curiosity. At heart, I'm a scientist. You know, at heart, I'm a scientist, and I go by the scientific method. I have to try. I have to try shit out. How do I know how it works, and how do I know how to do it if I don't try it out? This show is brought to you in part by cns-computers.com. You went to the wrong site, didn't you? You had a Flipper Zero, and you got something, didn't you? But
you
that's
had a
all
Flipper
right.
Zero, and you hacked a.
You got a Flipper Zero, you hacked it, and then you ended up getting a Cybertruck virus. But that's all right. Take your system down to CNS-computers. They'll get you squared away. They'll clean out all the viruses, clean out all the worms, all of the everything's in betweens. If you want to get a new system, fix your old one, hey, or if you just want to go there and say hi, go ahead. They like that. Tell them George sent you. Not me. Tell George. Tell him that George sent you. Not me. Because, I don't want to
way to deflect the blame.
I don't want to catch a fade. But,
way to throw me under the short bus. So.
But hey, tell them George sent you. See if they give you a discount with it. I don't know if they will. Maybe. It won't hurt to try. But mention George's name. Servicing the Stroudsburg and East Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania area. CNS-computers.com. Go get your system fixed today. But this has been a great show, man. This has been a great show.
Yep.
And for anybody in the chat,
yes, thank you for everybody.
I appreciate everybody in the chat showing up. I appreciate all the birthday wishes, and it's still Flipper Zero makes a great gift, especially a birthday gift, especially a birthday gift for a nerd that's an IT has a little bit gets a little bit mad sometimes, Just saying. Well, coming up next, we've got TK tonight with Cole Goodman again. 11 at 11, we got conversations with T Nathan, and following morning we got at 8 a.m. bright and early. Whew, bright and early. Jeez, bright and early. We got the sound of coffee. So that is it. That's it for us. So everyone, we get TK tonight with Cole Goodman.
Yep.
So everybody take care. We will see you next week. Have any computer issues, computer problems?